My next guest says there's been a 70% increase in South African students heading to Canada. South Africans have to head far and wide because our universities simply cannot accommodate all those who want to study. So what makes Canada a choice destination, and why the massive exodus from SA? Well, to answer this, we're joined by Nicholas Avramis. Thank you so much, Nicholas. He's the founder of Beaver Immigration. It facilitates getting students and skilled workers their papers to go over to the cold north. Nicholas, I think Canada's always seemed quite an attractive option, but it's particularly attractive to students because there's a 3-year open work permit for foreign students, which makes studying there all the more appealing.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me. That's correct. Canada hosts about 700 to about 730,000 foreign students every year. It's actually the #1 destination for foreign students around the world. Obviously, Canada offers a world-class education system, but what it does in order to retain talent and attract immigrants, it allows students to stay in the country if they choose to, through providing them a 3-year open work permit once they graduate their Canadian education. No other country really does this. Other countries put restrictions on what type of work they can do. The government offers foreign students unrestricted work and movement in the country for 3 years post-graduation.
Nicholas, why are they being so generous with their student permits and work permits? Is this because of a brain drain to the United States?
Yes. Canada has always had a historical brain drain to the United States, which is the largest economy in the world. For years, they've been poaching our high-skilled workers, especially in the IT field. So in order for Canada, to fill those gaps in the labor within our labor supply, it's created almost a simplistic contract with foreign students. Okay, it's part of the government's immigration philosophy, which is if you come to the country, make an investment into the education system, if you assimilate, and if you can handle the cold weather, which is only about 3 or 4 months, they've created a direct pathway towards citizenship to retain students. Whereas most other jurisdictions, it's very difficult to stay in the country post-study.
What does education in Canada offer South African students that other places perhaps don't?
Well, Canada has well over 1,500 different types of universities and colleges, over 10,000 programs you can choose from. So the first thing is there's a wide variety of educational programs you can choose from. Everything from a certificate program up to a master's program. Canada's a very vast country with different cities, an experience for everyone. So it's a very diverse education culture. However, the biggest thing is what I recently mentioned, is that there is a way to stay in the country should you decide to. And the other big thing that differs Canadian education from other jurisdictions is, obviously we have universities at a higher academic level, but we have also a lot of vocational training schools and colleges that are closely aligned with industry. And the schools really go to great length to prepare students to enter the job market, the Canadian job market, should they decide to stay. So that's a really hallmark of Canadian education, which is the partnership and linkages to industries to transition students into the workforce.
Nicholas, very quickly, what sort of skills is the Canadian government looking for in terms of people who want to emigrate and can't find jobs elsewhere?
There's a lot. Obviously, the #1 is IT. Canada loses a tremendous amount of its technical innovators to the U.S. That, without a doubt, is the #1 skill from an immigration perspective they're looking for. But it cuts across the board. The second biggest academic vocation we send is business management and the financial services field, which is very big because Canada has an aging population, and we also have a massive financial services industry. And then it really cuts across the board in the sciences, engineering. Canada is the 9th largest economy in the world. We have an aging population, and there's a tremendous need to fill the job shortages.
All right, thank you so much. That was immigration consultant Nicholas Avramis. Thank you so much for your time this morning.